his saturation levels were back over 95%. Stayed on that for about an hour, maybe, and it was off and gone. Later that day, by the time the team here was at the bedside, the President had been up out of bed, moving about the residence with only mild symptoms. Despite this, everyone agreed the best course of action was to move to Walter Reed for a more thorough evaluation and monitoring. Now I'd like to invite up Dr. Dooley to discuss the current plan.
Thank you, Dr. Conley. Before I begin a brief clinical update on the President's condition, I do want to reiterate my comments from yesterday regarding how proud I am to be a part of this multidisciplinary, multi-institutional team of clinical professionals behind me, and what an honor it is to care for the President here at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Regarding his clinical status, the patient continues to improve. He has remained without fever since Friday morning. His vital signs are stable. From a pulmonary standpoint, he remains on room air this morning and is not complaining of shortness of breath or other significant respiratory symptoms. He's ambulating himself, walking around the White House Medical Unit without limitation or disability. Our continued monitoring of his cardiac, liver, and kidney function demonstrates continued normal findings or improving findings. And I'll now turn it over to Dr. Garibaldi from Johns Hopkins to talk about our therapeutics and, again, our plan for the day.
Thank you, Dr. Julian. I just wanted to, again, reiterate what an honor and a privilege it is to take care of the President, but to be part of such a talented and multidisciplinary team here at Walter Reed. The President yesterday evening completed his second dose of remdesivir. He's tolerated that infusion well. We've been monitoring for any potential side effects, and he has had none that we can tell. His liver and kidney function have remained normal, and we continue to plan to use a 5-day course of remdesivir. In response to transient low oxygen levels, as Dr. Conley has discussed, we did initiate dexamethasone therapy, and he received his first dose of that yesterday, and our plan is to continue that for the time being. Today he feels well. He's been up and around. Our plan for today is to have him to eat and drink, be up out of bed as much as possible, to be mobile. And if he continues to look and feel as well as he does today, our hope is that we can plan for a discharge as early as tomorrow to the White House, where he can continue his treatment course. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Connolly for any questions.
Dr. Conley?
Just a moment, please. The President wanted me to share how proud he is of the group, what an honor it is for him to be receiving his care here at Walter Reed, surrounded by such incredible talent, academic leaders, department chairs, internationally renowned researchers and clinicians, including the support of Dr. Garibaldi from Johns Hopkins. I'd like to reiterate how pleased we all are with the President's recovery, and with that, I'll take your question.
Thank you so much. Dr. Conley, you said that there were 2 instances where he had drops in oxygen. Can you walk us through the second one? And also, I've got a question for the lung specialist afterwards.
Sure, yeah. Yesterday, there was another episode where he dropped down about 93%. He doesn't ever feel short of breath. We watched it, and it returned back up. As I said, we evaluate all of these, and given the timeline where he is in the course of illness, you know, we are trying to maximize everything that we could do for him, and we debated whether we'd even start it, the dexamethasone, and we decided that in this case, the potential benefits early on the course probably outweighed any risks at this time.
Did you give him a second round of supplemental oxygen yesterday?
I'd have to check with the nursing staff. I don't think that if he did, it was very, very limited, but he's not on oxygen. And the only oxygen that I ordered or that we provided was that Friday morning initially.
And about what time was that yesterday?
Yesterday, what was yesterday?
You said the second instance.
Second incidence? Oh, it was over the course of the day, yeah. Yesterday morning.
Dr. Conley.
Dr. Conley.
The President's current blood oxygen level? That's my first question to you, Dr. Conley.
98%.
And what do the X-rays and CT scans show? Are there signs of pneumonia? Are there signs of lung involvement? Or any damage to the lungs?
Yeah, so we're tracking all of that. There's some expected findings, but nothing of any major clinical concern.
Then why start him, Dr. Conley, on the...
Sorry.
Dr. Conley, why...
To ask if his oxygen level ever dipped below 90?
We don't have any recordings here of that. That's right.
On the dextromethasone, Dr. Yeah, what about here? At the White House or here, anything below 90, just to follow up on her question?
No, it was below 94%. It wasn't down into the low 80s or anything. No.
So, okay, so on the dextromethasone, the steroids, sir, on the lung
Yesterday,
function?
you told us that the president was in great shape, had been in good shape and fever-free for the previous 24 hours. Minutes after your press conference, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows told reporters that the president's vitals were very concerning over the past 24 hours. Simple question for the American people. Whose statements about the president's health should we believe?
So the chief and I work side by side, and I think his statement was misconstrued. What he meant was that 24 hours ago, when he and I were checking on the president, that there was that momentary episode of the high fever and that temporary drop in the saturation, which prompted us to act expediently to move him up here. Fortunately, that was really a very transient, limited episode. A couple hours later, he was back up, mild again. I'm not going to speculate what that limited episode was about so early in the course, but he's doing well.
What are the expected findings on his lungs, and why is the president not wearing a mask in the videos and photos that have been released?
Well, the president wears a mask anytime he's around us, and we're all wearing our N95s, full PPE. He's the patient, and when we can, when he'll move out into to public, we move him out and around other people that aren't in full PPE. I assure you, he'll as long as he's still under my care, we'll talk about him wearing a mask.
And he's in a negative pressure room? And the room is negative pressure?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of his care.
And can you answer the question on the lung function? The lung function question, Dr. Conley?
I'm sorry?
The lung function question. Can you talk about that and what these expected
I would
findings?
just share that, like every patient, we perform lung spirometry on him, and he's maxing it out. We told him, see what you can do, and it's over 2,500 milliliters each time. He's doing great. Yeah.
But are your scans showing any irregularities in his lungs? Are there any obesities? Are there anything?
To disclose that the president had been administered oxygen.
It's a good question.
Thank you.
I was trying to reflect the upbeat attitude that the team, the president, that his course of illness has had. I didn't want to give any information that might steer the course of illness in another direction, and in doing so, it came off that we were trying to hide something, which wasn't necessarily true. So here I have it. He is the fact of the matter is that he's doing really well. That he is responding, and as the team said, if everything continues to go well, we're going to start discharge planning back to the White House. That's it. Thank you, folks.
Dr. Conley, on his lung scans.
This is again, you did this yesterday. Can you please explain what you found on his lung scans?
Hey, Chief, you want to chat?
Clarify?
That wasn't as fun as yesterday.
There you go. We have a update on Trump's condition on Sunday, October 4th. As you done that, it did clear up the supplemental oxygen part that they had going on, and yes, he was on for very limited time on that at the doctor's recommendation. Nothing seems to be in the report as usual. Nothing is unusual. Nothing going on that should not be, or that is not anticipated, probably is a better word to use on that. The doctors seem fairly confident he's doing really, really, really well, which is encouraging on that, and we shall see. All his signs look good. Doesn't seem to be anything to be worried about on as far as his condition. His doctors are giving us no indication that he's doing anything but absolutely great on this whole thing. So we're all going to be very optimistic of what's going on. Want to play a little clip? This is Trump at the White House, Walter Reed office up there, I guess, where he's conducting business and gave a statement yesterday. So here we go.
I want to begin by thanking all of the incredible medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, everybody at Walter Reed Medical Center. I think it's the finest in the world, for the incredible job they've been doing. I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now. We're working hard to get me all the way back. I have to be back because we still have to make America great again. We've done an awfully good job of that, but we still have steps to go, and we have to finish that job. And I'll be back. I think I'll be back soon. And I look forward to finishing up the campaign the way it was started and the way we've been doing, and the kind of numbers that we've been doing. We've been so proud of it. But this was something that happened, and it's happened to millions of people all over the world, and I'm fighting for them, not just in the U.S. I'm fighting for them all over the world. We're going to beat this coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to beat it soundly. So many things have happened. If you look at the therapeutics, which I'm taking right now, some of them, and others are coming out soon that are looking like, frankly, they're miracles. If you want to know the truth, they're miracles. People criticize me when I say that, but we have things happening that look like they're miracles coming down from God. So I just want to tell you that I'm starting to feel good. You don't know over the next period of a few days. I guess that's the real test. So we'll be seeing what happens over those next couple of days. I just want to be so thankful for all of the support I've seen, whether it's on television or reading about it. I most of all appreciate what's been said by the American people, by almost a bipartisan consensus of American people. It's a beautiful thing to see, and I very much appreciate it, and I won't forget it. I promise you that. I also want to thank the leaders of the world for their condolences, and they know what we're going through. They know what, as your leader, what I have to go through. But I had no choice because I just didn't want to stay in the White House. I was given that alternative. Stay in the White House, lock yourself in, don't ever leave, don't even go to the Oval Office. Just stay upstairs and enjoy it. Don't see people, don't talk to people, and just be done with it. And I can't do that. I had to be out front, and this is America. This is the United States. This is the greatest country in the world. This is the most powerful country in the world. I can't be locked up in a room upstairs and totally safe and just say, hey, whatever happens, happens. I can't do that. We have to confront problems. As a leader, you have to confront problems. There's never been a great leader that would have done that. So that's where it is. I'm doing well. I want to thank everybody. Our First Lady is doing very well. Melania asked me to say something as to the respect that she has for our country, the love that she has for our country. And we're both doing well. Melania is really handling it very nicely. As you've probably read, she's slightly younger than me, just a little tiny bit. And therefore, just we know the disease, we know the situation with age versus younger people. And Melania is handling it statistically like it's supposed to be handled. And that makes me very happy, and it makes the country very happy. But I'm also doing well, and I think we're going to have a very good result. Again, over the next few days, we're going to probably know for sure. So I just want to thank everybody out there, everybody, all over the world, specifically the United States. The outpouring of love has been incredible. I will never forget. Thank you very much.
That was Donald J. Trump yesterday from his working office at Walter Reed Medical Center, where he is being treated as a COVID patient. From that video of yesterday, I mean, I don't see no ill effects. There's nothing to be concerned about. Trump looks like he's doing well. First Lady's doing well. All the speculation of this and of that and anything going wrong. And again, just to reiterate, his doctors did say when he first came in, they did put him on some supplemental oxygen right at the beginning, but that was the only time they did it. So that's been clarified, so we don't have to run any big conspiracy theories of what's going on. It's a very, 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 looks like it's going to be a very swift and complete recovery from the President of the United States on having COVID-19, which is very good news. And as he said, let's get back to normal. Let's get back to the way it was before March. COVID is nothing for most people to fear on that. It's, only if you're in a high risk category, if you're if you're over 65, have multiple health conditions or something like that, yeah, COVID can be really seriously life-threatening. But for the most of us, it's like any other virus. It comes, it goes, and you move on. It's part of biology, Mother Nature, and everything else. So there's your Trump update on his condition. We'll bring you any other breaking news that comes forth on that on IE Newswire, and we'll be back on Monday, if anything, on IE Newswire as we broadcast live at 5 on YouTube and Facebook, and we add in at 5:30 the Mighty Met 1490 KMET. So until then, see ya.